So you want to make $100,000 a year. Awesome. Let's talk about it. Because there are two types of people who say that. There are people who want it but aren't willing to change, and there are others who also want it but don't even know where to start. If you're the second one, this video is for you. We're not going to talk about getting rich quick or multi-level marketing. We all know those are scams. We're talking real jobs, real results, and real work. And the truth is that $100,000 a year job is not out of reach. It's doable. You just need to look in the right place, and a lot of people never do. So here's my honest advice if you want a job making over $100,000 a year, if you can earn it, because it's not just gonna fall in your lap. Let's get one thing straight. You do not need a fancy degree to make six figures. Realistically, only 10% of college graduates make over $100,000. Now let's compare that to journeyman tradesmen who make over $100,000. That percentage doubles to 20%. You don't need to sit in a cubicle, wear a tie, or sit in a classroom for 4 years of your life learning about the mitochondria when you're gonna become an accountant anyways. There are guys out here with Carhartt hoodies and DeWalt tool bags making over $100,000 a year. They're driving company trucks and they're living in houses they own. I'm living proof of that. I have all of that. Zero college debt, full financial freedom. Although not full financial freedom because I still pay the bank my mortgage, which sucks, of course. Why do people have these things? Because they learned the skilled trades and they got good at them. I'll start you off with some examples. Plumbers, they make $100,000. I know I say this all the time, but plumbers don't just unclog toilets. In fact, most never do. They work on water, gas, and waste lines. They do commercial buildings, industrial buildings, and residential buildings. And they do repairs on everything to keep cities and towns running. Most journeyman plumbers with only a few years of experience make $60,000 to $90,000 a year. But once they start specializing and get in a good company or union, that's when they start making over $100,000. Last year, I did an investigation on the blue-collar job market, and when I interviewed a plumber, he told me that every single journeyman plumber on his crew made $120,000 a year. And not one of them ever touched foot on a college campus. Well, they might have if they were there to build and maintain its infrastructure. Which is a little bit ironic that an institution that fails to take $100,000 from them is now paying them $100,000 to work on their building. The next example of a trade that makes over $100,000 is HVAC technician. HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. They keep people cool in the summer and warm in the winter. I ended up working with a man named Eddie, and he was a butcher at Food for Less, making $18 an hour after 15 years. On his free time, he loved to play and sing mariachi, and there was another guy who also loved to sing and play mariachi, and he was actually an HVAC tech, and he offered Eddie to come work with him starting at $25 an hour. Of course he said yes, and the guy personally trained him, and within 2 years, Eddie was certified and was already making almost $80,000 a year. And with overtime and side jobs, he was making over $100,000. Eddie's the same guy who taught me about HVAC, and he was very patient with me when I was making my learning mistakes when I first started. And guess what? Not only did Eddie's income increase, but it was also something he was proud of doing and something that he loved doing. Next, we have electricians who make over $100,000. Electricians run the world. We know this. From simple outlets to industrial controls, they keep the power on and make sure everything runs and operates smoothly. Apprentices start around $40,000 to $50,000 a year, and within 3 to 5 years, they end up making $90,000 to $120,000 a year as a journeyman, master, or foreman. Working in the industry, I've met countless electricians who make over $100,000. And it's the lowest physical effort way to make good money. A man named Sergio is one example. He already made over $100,000 at a big company, but he also did side work and he had his own side company that he also made money from. And he wasn't even running a full business yet. I even hired him to upgrade my breaker panel and to run new power to my tankless water heater. The final example of someone who makes over $100,000 is a project manager. This is the lowest physical effort way to make good money. Project managers make $90,000 to $120,000 a year, and sometimes even more depending on the job size or bonuses. They organize materials, crews, and schedules. They're the brains behind the operation. A lot of project managers start in the field, learn the trades, and then move into leadership positions. Every single project manager I've worked for made over $100,000, not including bonuses. And the biggest bonus I've ever seen a project manager get was $50,000. That's more money than a lot of people make in a single year. And the best part about the careers I mentioned, CourseCareers can actually help you get started in any of them. They offer short and affordable training in trades like plumbing, electrical, HVAC, and project management. No $40,000 tuition and no 4-year wait. Just focus skills that help you get hired, and they even help you look for a job after you graduate. I'll drop their link in the description or the pinned comment down below. Check out the free intro courses for all of them and see which one's a good fit for you. When it comes to getting a job and being successful, if you show up on time, willing to work and ready to learn, you will fly past everyone else who's just doing the bare minimum. In the trades, they take care of guys who are good at the job, who listen, and who are dependable. I do want to try not to generalize, but personally for me, any job I worked in, foremans and supervisors were always better to guys who actually paid attention and listened and really wanted to learn. You don't have to be the best worker or the smartest worker. You just have to be the most consistent and the most willing. I've seen guys go from sweeping floors to 6 figures in 4 years. Working construction, you jump from project to project. There have been times where I saw a guy, a helper, working on a project, and then I leave and I'm on a different project. 2 years later, a couple years later, and I see that same guy who is now a journeyman, full-fledged, making almost as much money as me. And really, you do feel happy for them because it's really nice to see when others succeed. Anyone who hates watching someone else succeed is gonna be a loser their entire life. I'm a great worker. I'll just apply for a $100,000 job and instantly get hired. Well, it's not that simple. I wish it was, but it's not. If you're waiting for some perfect path and perfect job to just open up, you're gonna be waiting a long time. There is no such thing as a job fairy. But if you're willing to learn a skill, get out of your comfort zone, and stay persistent, $100,000 is not out of reach. It's a target you can hit in 2 to 5 years, no college needed. All right, so let me wrap this up really quick. You don't need college for a 6-figure job. Trades like plumbing, electrical, HVAC, and project management are ways to do that. Real people like you are making $100,000 by learning skills. You just need to get started right now. So check out those free intro courses on CourseCareers, and they will help guide you through options that work for you. If you're serious about starting a new life, let me know in the comments what you want to do. And I'm not trying to hype you up on some dream. Like George Carlin says, it's a dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. This is reality, and this is advice for people who want to live in the real world. Thank you for watching.